Hi, I'm Lee Partridge and welcome back to the Midweek show here on Col U TV. It's been a busy few days for us at Colchester United, having faced league leaders Stockport at the weekend and Peterborough in the Bristol Street Motors EFL Trophy on Tuesday night. We will have highlights and reaction from both of those games in the show. Also coming up are the highlights and post-match reaction from the under-21s 4-0 victory over Heybridge Swifts in the BBC Essex Senior Cup, as well as some previews of the youngsters' upcoming games. Let's kick off the show with the highlights and the reaction from Brad and Matty from yesterday's game against Peterborough here at the JobServe Community Stadium.
Matty, job done.
Yeah, definitely. It was decent performance on the whole. So I was pleased with the players and the way we played the shape, especially in the first half. I thought it was really good. Some tired legs out there second half. So we made some changes and the younger boys that come on, I thought, really helped us see out the game. So a positive night's work.
Yeah, and you made a few changes, but not as many as we've made in the previous two games. Was that with getting the result in mind?
It was, yeah. I think it was really important that we got through to the next round, because you never know in this competition. You can go on a little run and you don't know where it will take you. So yeah, it was important after Cambridge beating Spurs under 21s a couple of weeks ago, knowing that we had a chance of qualifying, that we went relatively strong tonight, I think, and it's just now really important that the players recover well and are ready to go on Saturday.
And you made a change at half-time, predetermined one after Reid played a lot of minutes lately.
Yeah, that was wanted to start with Reedy because especially playing the shape that we did, the diamond, the base of the diamond's a really important player, and he was going to get us playing, and I think that's the reason I started him. And but always pre-planned him and Cam that 45 each. They're important players for the team, and I didn't want to overstretch them, but 45 was just about enough.
And in that first half, that we were the best side in. It was good to come in with the goal that Brad scored for us.
It was, yeah. And I do think, apart from probably the opening 4 or 5 minutes where we looked really passive and I was getting a little bit worried, then we got tempo and a purpose to what we were doing. And I thought for 40 minutes we were the better team and played some really good stuff. Just decision making in the final third, if I'm being really picky, we need to improve on. But overall, really positive.
Yeah, and the only negative from it is probably the injury that Jay Mingy got. It looked like he'd pulled up with a hamstring injury.
Yeah, it's disappointing. We don't know to what extent the injury is yet. It's a hamstring injury. That will be assessed tomorrow, and it will be scanned as well. So we'll know a little bit more later on in the week. But it's a blow first and foremost for Jay. He's just starting to get back up to speed, I felt, with his performances. Obviously played at Stockport at the weekend, and and looked good. So it's disappointing, but hopefully not too bad.
Yeah, and you mentioned the subs coming on in the second half. Must be great that you've got a group of younger players that you can throw on and trust to do the job that you want them to in that last little bit of the games.
Without doubt, I trust them. Obviously, I've known them since I've come into the building. Jean, Che, Danelle, Frankie have all played for the 21s with me, and I know I can rely on them. They're good footballers, and they're the future of this football club. So, yeah, good to see them get on the pitch, and I thought they saw out the game well. They helped the team see out the game. So that was another positive thing.
Yeah, and on a personal note, against a side that you know very, very well, and a manager that you know very well.
Yeah, I've got the utmost respect for Darren Ferguson. I said that before the game, and it was good to see him tonight. Come up against him. He's a very, very good manager, and yeah, good to win the game. Good to see some of the players that come through my teams in under 18 and 21s and see them out on the pitch tonight. And I wish them all the best for us this season.
Brad must be really pleased, win and another goal for yourself.
Absolutely. Really happy to get another goal, especially as I've not scored in recent weeks. So really good to get the win as well. So enjoyed out there.
And at what stage before the game did you know exactly that you were starting? Was it going through stuff yesterday or was it today?
Going through stuff yesterday. Just the match prep we did before the game. Found out I was starting, so it was real good to hear. I was ready for the game.
Yeah, and for young players playing alongside Tom Hopper, really good because you've got different skills and he does things that you might not be quite as good at, and you obviously do your thing.
Absolutely. I've said before that it's always a pleasure playing with people like Hops, who have more experience than me, to be able to learn things off them and things like that. So it was really good to play with Hops today, and Hops is a real good guy. So it was, even if I make a mistake or anything, he's always making sure that that's out of my mind and I'm on to the next.
Yeah, and your goal comes about, a cross drilled in. When the keeper gets his hands on it, it drops to you. Do you have too much time to think about what you got to do with it?
To be honest, I don't think so. Not as much time as I did at Gillingham, at least. So, real good. I think it's just dropped there, and I didn't actually think much about it. Even having a conversation with my dad after the game, it was just there. I just went bang straight through the defenders in the goal. So that was good.
I suppose at times like that you have to trust your instinct and your technique will follow it.
Absolutely. I think, like you say, it's about the time you have to think about it. So I didn't have much time to think about it. Whereas in recent weeks where I'm picking up the ball and I'm driving, I've had too much time to think about it, and then the quality is not there or the decision might be wrong. Even today, a couple of them were wrong. Could have slid coops and stuff, but I think today was a good finish.
Yeah, and obviously towards the end of the game, there's a lot more young players on the pitch. Does that help you when you've played around the 21s with each other so much?
Absolutely, of course. It's always good to see us coming through from the 21s, and where we're playing with each other in the 21s last season against Peterborough, and then playing with each other in the first team against Peterborough this season. It's always good. I'm really happy to see them come through. I'm really happy to be playing alongside my friends and stuff like that. Like I say, I don't see us all as teammates as much anymore, as more friends this season. So it's really good to be playing with them.
Yeah, and obviously another win under the new head coach, Matty Etherington. The lads look like they're enjoying their football and been given, from what I can gather, given freedom to go and express themselves.
Yeah, definitely. I think like the philosophy we've had all through the season is to express ourselves, and it's really good to see that people are enjoying the training and the matches under me, and I'm enjoying it as well. So it's really good. The morale's high, and the results are falling for us. So hopefully it carries on.
Yeah, and obviously scoring the goal, you hope now is going to put your name very much in Matty's thoughts ahead of Saturday's game against Barrow.
Fingers crossed. I feel like scoring sometimes automatically puts your name on the team sheet for the next game, but with a squad of 4 strikers, John coming back 5 strikers, you never really know what the best one for the game is, and the manager usually picks what's right for this game. So maybe I might have scored today, yeah, but I might not be the right striker for Saturday's game, and if that's the case, then there's no issue there. I have confidence in the manager, and I'll be ready if I'm called upon.
Great to hear from Matty and a goal scorer, Brad, there. It's good to see Brad scoring goals for the first team and hopefully he features in many more matches to come. Also hearing from Matty talk about some of the reasons why he made changes and decisions when he did in the game, and also his relationship with the young lads that are coming through, having worked with them when he first come into the club and seeing how important that is, that Matty knows their capabilities and what they can actually bring to the first team. And also Brad talk about not just being teammates, but friends, learning from the older, more experienced players, and also his relationship with Matty, once again, when he first came into the club. Good to hear all of that put together. As for the draw for the next round is concerned, that will take place at 6:30 p.m. on Friday. We will be facing one of the following teams: MK Dons, West Ham United under-21s, Portsmouth or Reading. More information is available on our website and we'll keep you up to date as and when the draw takes place. Before facing Peterborough, we had a tough task of travelling to the league leaders Stockport in what was Matty Etherington's first game in charge as permanent head coach. Colchester put out a spirited performance at Edgeley Park, but ended up succumbing to a 2-0 defeat, goals coming just either side of half-time of the break. Let's take a look back at the highlights from Saturday's game and hear from Noah Chilvers, who said that while it's difficult to look at the positives following a defeat, his team put out a decent performance against the league leaders.
Now, how hard is it to look at the positives that there were plenty of when you've just come off a 2-0 defeat?
Yeah, it's always hard to look at positives after a defeat, like you say, but that's something you've got to do, especially coming to a team, just said they've won 12 in a row there, so coming to a team like that, they're obviously got their tails up in front of their packed out stadium, it's going to be tough, and to have the moments like we did, which could have made it a completely different game, is obviously positive, so we've got to take that, because otherwise every loss you're going to be depressed. So you've got to take the positives, and yeah, like you say, there's plenty of them. So we'll be taking them into the next games.
And against a team that's running away with the last 12 games, as you say, we've kind of matched them chance for chance, really, in terms of clear-cut chances. So it was just a case of them being able to take two of theirs and us not.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think when you look at it, we probably had more. Yeah, like you say, probably even in terms of chances. I think we had more shots. So. Yeah, you've got to take the positives with that we've been able to win it back, and on transitions we've been able to create chances, but the frustrating thing is that we know we could have made more, a few sloppy moments at times where a pass and we're in and we've not been able to complete it, so yeah, it's a very frustrating one because we're positive with the performance, but 3 points is the main thing always.
And the other pleasing thing was a game plan that Matty had set out. It looked like we were very, very good at once. We kind of settled down into it a little bit and got into the game and started to really compete with them.
Yeah, exactly that. I think in the first half, I don't know what it looked from the side, but on the pitch it felt like they'd run out of ideas just before the goal, which is the frustrating thing, and they've obviously scored at a good time. Got the fans behind them, got their tails up, and then scored straight again at the second half, which is obviously frustrating. But yeah, the 44 minutes, like we said at half time, the 44 minutes before that were really, really good, really stopped what they wanted to do, and they looked like they didn't really know what to do to counteract what we were doing to them. But yeah, it's just frustrating the way we've conceded the 2 goals.
And when that second goal goes in, does that almost knock back everything you've talked about half time about getting back in the game, or does it kind of concentrate the mind to carry on doing those things you wanted to do?
I think it's a bit of both. Obviously, at times at the half-time team talk, you're saying, just stay in the game, and then you're going to get a chance, and the game's still there for you. Obviously, when it goes to 2, it's a bit different. You kind of maybe got to go a little bit more gung-ho to get back in it, because I've got to score 3 to win. So, yeah, obviously changes your mindset slightly, but I think even in the second half, the way we created some chances, we get one of them, then it's a completely different game, but we just weren't able to do it today.
Yeah, and on a personal note, obviously Connor Hall now injured for a bit, so you're taking the armband and leading the side out to games. Is that a lot different to being vice-captain when you're actually the one doing it?
I don't think it is, but obviously in your own head, sometimes you maybe overthink it. I think I did that last week. I don't think I did it today. Now I've done it once. I think I'm more used to the role. And like I said, just now it's something that I'm obviously really proud of. To be playing for the club I've been at for so long and to captain them it's an honour for me really. So yeah, it's something I'm really proud to be doing.
Good to hear from Noah there, and he's absolutely right in saying we have to take the positives from the game, despite not getting 3 points against a side that's top of the league. Going into the game, they had 11 straight wins in front of a packed house. So yeah, let's take the positives out of the game itself. Barrow up next for us at the JobServe Community Stadium. Tickets are still available for the league clash. You can get them online and also on the day if you come down on Saturday afternoon. Moving on to our under-21s now, who faced Heybridge Swifts in the BBC Essex Senior Cup last week. The youngsters put out a brilliant display, resulting in a 4-0 victory that takes us into the 4th round. We spoke to the under-21s coach, Liam Bailey, and forward Danelle Thomas, who incidentally made an appearance in the second half against Peterborough United. Good to see the connection there between the academy and first team once again. We caught up with them to hear, and this is some of their thoughts, but also the highlights.
Liam, a fantastic victory in the Essex Senior Cup. What did you make of the game?
Yeah, game in 2 halves, if I'm honest. I think first half we controlled the game. Deservedly 2 up at half time. But we were really patient with our play. So happy with the first half, but disappointed with the second half overall. We were a little bit lethargic. We took our foot off the gas, allowed Heybridge back into the game, and they had a couple of chances that could have changed the game. Game in 2 halves, but pleased to be through to the next round.
Through the first half as well, as you mentioned, patience. Was it just a case of keep breaking them down, keep trying to get those goals, and then the 2 quick-fire goals at the end of the first half?
Yes, I think that was something we spoke about in the pre-game plan, that we needed to be patient, we needed to get bodies up the pitch, and we thought they might sit in, which they did. So it was pleasing that the lads got to play against that. But yeah, patience was key, and I thought we did that quite well. Although we could have got more runs in behind, more slide passes. But yeah, 2 goals up, I thought we deserved it.
And going in at half-time with a 2-goal lead as well, what was your message at half-time to the players?
So I told them to stay professional, which I'm not sure they did in the second half, in the first 20 minutes. It's always 2-0's that difficult scoreline where you think if you're almost there, but 1 goal changes it. And I think, like I said, if Haybridge would have got that goal, we would have been in for a game in the second half. But they found their way through it. We sort of changed shape a little bit, and Tiezo come on. I thought he impacted the game well and got his 2 goals and put the game to bed.
Yeah, what did you make of those goals? I mean, both Donnell Thomas, Cam Bennett and Tiezo as well coming on, making those runs from in behind and scoring goals.
Yeah, again, something we've been working on and lacking in the run of defeats. We were lacking bodies in the box and crosses in the box. So over the last couple of weeks, it's something that we've really tasked them with, which they've done well.
And lastly, I mean, not only do you progress further in the cup, it's also your second consecutive victory as well. What are you going to look at, going forward?
Yeah, just maintain a little bit of momentum. I think the lads are coming in working hard each day, but they've got to realise that they've got to be the best player every day, because they're trying to knock on the door of the first team. That's what they're here for. So winning games helps. It helps people take notice. All the 21s, they've got a couple of results, but ultimately it's the day in and day out stuff that's going to get them into the first team and break that door down for the first team.
Now, a brilliant 4-0 victory over Haybridge Swifts and a fantastic performance from yourself as well. What did you make of the game today?
I think it was a good game, good test. I think they were physical side, but I think we played well, played around them, and got a win.
And obviously, from a personal point of view, a goal and an assist as well. Can you talk us through your goal and the assist as well?
Yeah, first of all, the assist. I think I just gone around the player. I was gonna shoot, but I saw Carl made the run, so I just gave it to him, and then he's done me the favour on the goal as well. So
I was going to say, when did you make the decision to pass for the first goal rather than shoot? And what made you decide to pass rather than shoot yourself?
I think he was just in a better position to score than me, so that was just a better option. So.
And then for yourself, scoring in front of the home fans tonight as well, what did that feel like?
Yeah, it was a good feeling to get a goal as well and an assist. So yeah, good feeling.
And what did you make of the game overall? Obviously, the first sort of half an hour, quite difficult trying to break them down. Did you feel that like they dropped back and you sort of had the possession trying to break them down, or what did you make of this?
Yeah, they tried to make it hard for us, sit in, but I think the game plan was just be patient. We know that the spaces will open up, and that's what we did, just stay patient, and we got the goals. And
does scoring 2 goals just before half-time change anything for the second half? What was the message at half-time?
Just go out there, do the same thing, stay positive. We knew they were going to come out fast, and I think just keep our heads and we'll get the win, yeah.
And not only do you progress now in the cup, but that's also your second consecutive victory as well. What's the feeling like in the dressing room at the moment?
Yeah, everyone's buzzing, everyone's in good spirits, and we're just trying to get wins.
Good to see our under-21s progress to the next stage of the competition, and great to hear from Liam and Donnell, who scored and provided a brilliant assist. So that takes us into the 4th round. We're sticking with the under-21s for now. The youngsters will face QPR at Malden and Tiptree in the Professional Development League on Monday, the 27th of November. 2 p.m. kickoff. Tickets will be available to purchase on the day at the gate. So you can look out for more details on our website. We spoke to Liam earlier this week to preview this clash.
Liam, QPR up next in the Professional Development League. What's your thoughts and feelings ahead of the game?
Yeah, no, excited again for the boys to get back to league action, obviously where we haven't won for a while. So look to build on the 2 cup games and take that form into the league.
And as you were saying, 2 consecutive wins now against Luton Town and Haybridge Swifts as well. Are you going to plan on sort of continuing that form going into that game?
Yeah, definitely. I think, like I said previously, the performances in the league haven't been terrible, and we've been in every game that we've played. But yeah, it's just about finding a little bit of that form and taking it back to the league and building that consistency, which is really important for young players.
Have you seen maybe some sort of a shift in mentality from the boys after those 2 wins, or is it a similar sort of working ethic, trying to win every game as they can?
No, I think that the boys for every game they obviously try and win, and it's a big part of winning is their development, but it's not the be all and end all. It's about them improving as individuals, and if they can all improve at a steady rate, that helps them get into the first team. So the winning isn't the be all and end all, but it's nice to win, and I think the winning does help their development.
And obviously, what would you say to the fans planning on attending the game at Malden on Monday?
Yeah, again, just come out and watch the boys. They're the future of the club, so we love to see the fans down. It creates a good little atmosphere when they're in the stand. So yeah, keep coming and keep trying to get to as many games as you can.
And what are your expectations from the game? What do you expect from the boys? It's a similar sort of performance, just literally trying to go out and win the game?
Yeah, I think they've set the standard for themselves over this season really, but especially over the last 2 games. So we'll be looking at them to execute the game plan that we put in place over the weekend and see where we go from there.
And as you've mentioned, the performances have been really good this season, but not necessarily getting over the line, getting those wins. Do you think something has changed in the last couple of games? And if so, what do you think it is?
I think that the business end of the pitch in the box, in the opposition's box and in our box, we've had 2 clean sheets and scored 6 goals. So that's been a little bit lacking for us. The bit in between the boxes has been good. So even when Matty was taking the team, that was something that we've been banging on a little bit about being better in the boxes, and we've worked hard in training on that. So the boys are seeing a little bit of fruition on that at the moment.
Liam talking about the good run of form the under-21s are on, beating Luton and then beating Heybridge Swifts. Hopefully can take that form into the game against QPR at Malden on Monday. Tickets are available on the gate with a 2 p.m. kickoff. We're sticking with the academy football, but we're moving on to the under-18s and 17s. Both teams will face Luton Town in the Professional Development League Cup. Our under-18s will take on the Hatters on Saturday, the 25th of November at Malden and Tiptree. The kickoff for that is 11 a.m. Under-17s will take on Luton on Tuesday, the 28th of November, also at Malden and Tiptree, and that's a 7 p.m. kickoff. Tickets for both matches will be available at the gate, and you can find out more information if you want to keep up to date with the times. And it's all the information's on our website. The under-18s league coach, Elliot Ward, will be taking charge of both games, and we caught up with him at Florence Park to discuss a very big week and busy week for the academy.
Elliot, quite a few busy days coming up for you with under-18s and under-17s taking on Luton Town in the Professional Development League Cup. What's your thoughts and feelings ahead of the game?
Yeah, really excited to try and have an impact on the 18s one. I think it's obviously the campaign or the little table's not gone as well as we hoped in terms of trying to progress out the group like we did last year. So for us is to be competitive, make an impact on the game and get a positive result.
And in terms of preparation this week at the training ground, what will you be doing? Will you be sort of focusing on some specific things or just generally preparing for the game as you always do?
I think we'll prepare as normal really in terms of the game. I think the problem, we've had really busy schedules, so our preparations have looked a little bit different week to week, which is fine. We've had a lot of games, so not a lot of actual physical like 11v11s with a bit of walkthroughs and stuff. So it'll probably be the same this week. I think we had a really good game against Luton in pre-season. Played them in the PDB Cup last year as well. That was a really entertaining game as well. So for us, it's getting ready to compete again as an 18s group after the Cardiff game. So it's important that we get back to being ourselves. And it's a really good game to do.
And in terms of your playing squads as well, is there going to be much difference between under-18s and under-17s?
I think that we've I think that obviously with the 17s we use the 16s quite a lot. And with the 17s they're in the group anyway for the 18s. So depending on some boys maybe with the 21s, but we've got a good, quite a solid, healthy squad. A couple missing, little niggles. So now we'll be ready to. Some boys are going to have to play Tuesday and Saturday. And then Tuesday again against Luton. So this week it could be a 3-game week for them. Some might have 1, some might have 2. So it's about managing the group, helping the ones out that need more. And then even training around that is obviously geared around all the matches.
And then lastly, both games will be played at Malden and Tiptree. What's your message to the supporters planning on attending both games, the under-18s and under-17s?
I think obviously get behind the boys. I think it's it'd be nice to try and have a good impact on Saturday's game with the 18s and win the final group game. And then with the 17s games, I think we're top of the group, which is nice. And yeah, we want to finish the group in the right way as well. So both games we'll be going to attack, ultimately trying to win. So get behind us.
Elliot explaining it's a busy time for the Academy at the moment, but a very, very good time as well. Just a reminder that tickets for all those 3 matches involving our under-21s, 18s and 17s can be purchased on the day at the gate at Malden. More ticket information is available on our website. And I know I've said it before, but as a club, we should be so proud that we've got an academy that's doing so well at the moment with so many young players. That's about it for tonight. Make sure you get your tickets when Barrow come to town on Saturday. Just before I go, I want to say a massive well done to the 240 plus fans that made their way up to Stockport last weekend. Once again, not the result we wanted, but a good performance. Tickets are available for Barrow. Always see you here. You can buy them on the day. Until next time, have a great week, whatever you're up to, and we'll see you back here for the pre-match show against Barrow on Saturday. Bye for now.